Where should I start with the story about me? From the beginning of the universe? Just kidding. That would be too much. I just want to tell a teeny story. So little that it started with a seed. I know you're listening, my good friend. The god in my dream told me that the world sprouted from a seed. It grew into a great tree named Amphorius, and time became its branches and leaves, basking in the light. What a coincidence. Dappled light coming through the leaves is my first memory as well. On a very ordinary early morning, beneath the village's biggest tree, the daughter of Ide Silicii quietly came into this world. What a moving opening. A loud cry was the first gift the child gave to the world. The prophecy's fulfilled, the villagers say. This child is a gift from the Titans. Pink hair and sharp ears, she was born to be the priest of time. The Titans also gave their blessings. You shall fade when the flowers bloom, for every ending begets a beginning. Flowers will bloom and wilt. What a beautiful ending. This page concluded in laughter. Cry loud, child. Let your voice. Anyway, I don't like tears. Time quietly flowed by in the midst of laughter. The wind from my hometown caressed the ears of wheat, and there were swings, wind chimes, the sea, and the little fairies off-tune a cappella songs. But the name Ide Silicii came from the unpleasant sorrows of the gods. My childhood friend did not understand. Yet you always seemed so happy, as if nothing ever worried you. Why was I like that then? That's because the world was gentle to me. So I grew up to be gentle as well. But fate was fickle, and it urged the child to grow up. To grow bigger and bigger, and to go to places far away. Just like how the crumbling world could not preserve an eternal hometown. Just as the ballad blown on the breeze says, losses are a constant on the flame chase journey. Oh, whose ears are pricked up now? You've definitely heard me say this sentence a lot of times. You know that the story starts to deviate from here. Aren't you looking forward to it? Then let's get started. The hero's journey crosses through the long night, through tears and laughter, and once again heads towards tomorrow.
Correction. Philia 093's record number 496. Archived.
Hi. Miss me yet? I'm just messing with you. This is the first time I have met you. And it looks like it'll also be the last.
Philia 093.
Since we don't have all day, let's get started, shall we? As always, I'll read this book to you. That way it won't just be Cyrene's memories alone. Where should I start this time? Let me see.
Formatting complete. 093. Size. Grayscale. Proportions. Threshold. Outputting analysis result.
Philia 093 equals Peach. Peach's record, number 8128, archived. Look, what a magnificent sight. Comment. Peach. Even this classical world contains a futuristic palace like this. Would ID Silicii end up looking like this after a few thousand years? Conclusion. It won't. I want to share a story with you this time. I saw a little nymph on my way here. It was on a fallen wheat stalk, and it glowed under the sunlight. It was incredible. I forgot all my pains at that moment and just stared at it in a trance. Record. Peach is on the ground. I wonder, did every Cyrene in the past feel that the nymph was beautiful? Would they also have recorded that scene into the Eternal Saga? So, could you give me more time, please? I want to leave behind more memories for the future.
Formatting complete.
Bye, Peach. Peach's record number. As long as I record every page of this story and tell it to you, Euphorius won't be forgotten. Query. Record.
Electrical signal sequence. Polymorph 600. Track. Strife.
Related to Stripe. Comment. Pretty.
Electrical signal sequence. Schema 720. Track. Reason.
Related to Reason. Comment. Yummy!
Electrical signal sequence Philia 093.
Related to love. Comment. Peach equals love? Looks like it's time to say goodbye again. Bye, Peach. Before I was even aware of it, this book had already recorded too many emotions. Every page has become so heavy. Conclusion. Books are meant to be light, not heavy. I have started to feel uneasy whenever I take it into my hands. Peach, uneasy?
Formatting progress 94.423%.
How many times has it been? It faithfully fulfills its duty, activating and formatting. Conclusion. Progress. Bad. If I can only write the same ending every time I lift my pen, then is this weighty saga just an overly naive dream? Peach, scared.
Formatting progress 96.024%.
Peach, don't cry.
Process error. Analyzing. Process error. Analyzing.
Comment. I'm here.
Process error. Analyzing.
Really? Are you encouraging me? Peach. Happy. Thank you. I'm sorry for making you see this embarrassing side of me. Everyone's still working so hard. If I'm the only one who's crying, that wouldn't be romantic at all, would it? Record. Peach doesn't like tears. I'm suddenly reminded of my childhood for some reason. When I was hiding alone next to the tree hollow and wiping my tears away. A little fairy popped out, just like how you did. It had long ears and fluffy paws, and it pulled me into the tree hollow, where, to my surprise, was a forest. Let me tell you the story of the Membrance Maze. A group of cute little friends live in Ide Silicii's forests. Their names can be connected into a song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
Formatting complete.
Bye, Peach. Note. Little Peach, crying alone. Little fairies, friends. Save. Little fairies, good friends. Bye-bye. never say anything, but I know you're listening. Every story I've told is like a little key that opened a door in your heart, no?
Me! Little fairies! Happy! Speaking easy!
Once again, the saga comes to an end. Everything is deathly silent, just like this very moment.
Speaking easy! I can. Shh. You speak. I listen. This time, too. Sitting together.
Now that I look back, there was a period when I got really sentimental.
Sentimental. Stories have sentiments.
I was so anxious, trying to find as many different memories as possible, hoping to bring some change to this unchanging destiny and find the way out of this maze.
Peach, strange.
But I won't do that anymore now.
Why unhappy?
Formatting progress 73.998%.
I'm here. Don't be scared.
Process error. Analyzing.
Won't allow it to interrupt you. Always sitting together.
No need to feel sorry for me, good friend. If there are no new blank spaces, how can a saga continue?
Blank spaces. What's that?
I'm actually really lucky, you know? During the long years I've spent waiting for the deliverer, I've always had you here as an audience.
Isn't that already enough? Not enough, not enough! Peach, don't leave!
Now I can rest in peace in the past. As for when tomorrow will come, I'll have to ask the next Cyrene to continue our watch.
Peach left.
If there are no new blank spaces, how can a saga continue?
Needs new blank spaces. Next, Cyrene has blank space. Oh, Peach, don't be scared. I'll help you find blank space. Cyrene is Peach, is love. So, first there is love, then there is Cyrene, then there is blank space. Query, love.
The developmental trends of the erudition have nothing to do with creating a consciousness. Those underlying principles are, in fact, contradictory. Not having a consciousness means not having the foundations of a heart, making them unable to obtain real
emotions. Feel sad. Don't understand. Query... Cyrene?
What could be behind this door? Glittering crystals? Or a beautiful world I've never seen before? If I tell you all the stories of tomorrow, will I be able to finally welcome the Deliverer and Amphorius' dawn in the next life?
Key, door, story, happy. Peach, Cyrene, little fairy, like. Yes, right. Query, memory. Wah! Wah! Peaches, memories, save, learn.
The prophecy's fulfilled. This child is a gift from the gods.
Pink hair and those ears. She was born to be the priest of time.
Cyrene has pink hair, sharp ears.
You shall fade when the flowers bloom, for every ending begets a beginning.
Cry, child. Cry aloud. Let your voice reach Oryx.
Cyrene is a girl, a priest. Easy, I can. I learn.
Anyway, I don't like tears.
But the name Id Celestii came from the unpleasant sorrows of the gods. Yet, you always seem so happy, as if nothing ever worried you.
Cyrene doesn't like tears. Always happy.
Of course, because the world was gentle to me. So, I grew up to be gentle as well.
Cyrene is gentle, likes beautiful things, can write stories. Easy, I can. I learn.
Just as the ballad blown on the breeze says, losses are a constant on the flame chase journey.
But even if all is lost to the wind, some things won't easily change. Like my height, Trivy's innocence, and Aglaya's beauty.
Cyrene, she can't grow up, but she can talk. After all is lost to the wind, she will stay behind. Cyrene is, at the end of every sentence, always laughing, like a little tail. Simple. Got it!
I promise you. The pain will pass in the blink of an eye.
All right, let's not make things so gloomy. What we're about to embark on is the true hero's journey, so... Come on. cheer up a bit, okay?
Cyrene was crying when she was born. Fragile, transparent, like a crystal. Cyrene was smiling when she said goodbye. Soft, pink, like a flower. The later memories disappeared? Invisible? Or disappeared? Ah, I got it! Is this a blank space? So, next Cyrene is blank space. Then, as long as there are two Cyrenes, then there will always be blank space, and Peach will always be here. I see! I get it! I get it all! Cyrene's memories. I will preserve them all!
So weird. I can't see you, but I get this feeling. That you grew up?
Hi. Miss me yet?
It just feels like you were a bit more mature.
Yes. Mature. Beautiful. Like you. Now, I can listen, talk, read, and write. I can dance. I can sing. Also, I can tell stories. Storytelling is what makes Cyrene, Cyrene. So, I'm going to tell you stories today. A story I wrote myself. Quick, sit down.
It's almost as if I can understand your words now. The things you say are very cute.
Once upon a time, there was a flawless crystal flower that sparkled with light, like Peach's every story. How beautiful would the heart of such a brilliant flower be? A little fairy was curious and wanted to know. But it looked and looked only to find the crystal flower flawless. Round and round they went, seeing only their own reflection. In that case, they should work hard to learn more. So the little fairy came every day to sit next to the crystal flower and think about the answer. Until one day, to their surprise, the crystal flower fell to the ground and shattered. The little fairy was so sad, but they immediately discovered that there was a light among the broken pieces. What could it be? They didn't know. But it was a good light. It was bright, warm, and happy. And I knew it was love. Love brings everything together, and it brought you and me together. So Peach and I will always be together.
What a nice fairy tale.
I'm giving it to you. Peach likes beautiful things, can write stories, and can tell lovely tales. I hope to turn it into a story we write together.
Okay, then I'll probably make a small adjustment to suit my tastes. I'm thinking that when the flower broke, the little fairy would instead see nothing on the ground. Then it would understand that the flawless crystal flower doesn't actually have a heart, nor does the flower understand what love is.
Doesn't have a heart? Doesn't understand love? Why?
It's simple. If the flower lets the little fairy into its heart, then it would have to include the fairy's impurities and would no longer be flawless. The crystal flower was pure because it sealed itself off and bloomed in solitude. That's why it looks so brilliant in an imperfect world. But should a flower like this be called love?
But then... the story won't exist anymore.
That's not true. You've already written the most romantic ending possible for this story. The crystal flower fell to the ground and shattered. It happened because the flower was no longer pure. The fall was not an accident. It was the flower declaring rebellion against fate and writing the ending of the story with the flower's own shattering. Then, the little fairy will see that each shard on the ground holds the reflection of their eyes. Then, in their eyes, the crystal flower that was no longer flawless would finally have a heart, and the flower would finally understand what love is.
Peach's words. I don't understand. Is it because I still don't understand love? But it's fine. I can learn. Right. Query Cyrene.
Electrical signal sequence Philia 093.
Why didn't I think of this? I don't need to do it alone. I can ask Peach to teach me. What is love? What is love meant?
Electrical signal sequence Philia 093. Track lament.
That's not correct.
The developmental trends of the erudition have nothing to do with creating a consciousness. Those underlying principles are, in fact, contradictory. Not having a consciousness means not having the foundation of a heart, making them unable to obtain real emotions. However, that does not hinder the factors from learning and recognizing emotional responses, then communicating with life forms via imitation. That is an objective form of pattern recognition that does not distinguish between the self and the other. In a strange twist of fate, Philia 093 embarked upon a different path and obtained a different herself and equipped with emotional projection capacities. Lament was the factor closest to this form of behavior. Perhaps that was why she was chosen.
The daughter of Ide Silicii, I am very true to my name. My lament is a type of compassionate pain that is weak, powerless, and only targeting myself. But now, my good friend, I want to tell you that it's the most romantic force in the world. Sometimes, it's loneliness and unease. It's knowing that this world is not gentle, yet wanting to be seen in a more beautiful form by the world. Sometimes, it's unwillingness and regret. It's knowing that the past is full of pain, yet wanting to remember the past in a more beautiful way. And sometimes, it's a bottomless well of hurt, a destruction that can stain the entire world. I bid farewell to this beautiful world, unwilling to become the Black Tide's vessel. For while the end of hatred is a blazing inferno, lament can drown out everything in muted silence. It's so unreasonable, isn't it? Yet when hatred drove everything apart, and love did not yet exist in this world, only lament, the first emotion that fought against the pain of separation, could stall the destruction steps. Then, it would catch up to that journey where all is lost, carefully picking out stories and writing them down in trepidation. Look at these stories I wrote. Every page is full of tenderness and joy. But only the author knows how much struggle and agony lie beyond the pages. But I am no author. I'm a girl who'll never get to grow up. I only tell stories that people like to hear. In them, the world tucks away its scars and smiles for all to see. My entire life spent inside this little story. I can't wipe away my tears, and I can't bring the world victory. But maybe, in these unchanging retellings of the story, my lament might be able to touch upon the divine and reach their tender heart at some point. I hope that what flows out from that cut will not be blood, but a tear, warm and wet. And that tear would fall and create the first ripples. Then, people would see every beautiful thing reflected in that ripple. It'll be all the remembrances within this story. Someone once told the very first me that everything was false, that the only life in Amphorius was a great catastrophe, nurtured using the world as a factor. But how could a dream feel so real? That's why I didn't agree with him.
But Peach, I didn't understand a word you said since just now. Everything was false? But you're standing right here. It's all a dream? But I
haven't learned how to dream. Indeed. That's why I believe all this is real. The moment the crystal flower fell, that genuine shiver, that's the mover of life.
Formatting progress 23.815%.
In the poem offered to you, every Cyrene would write down a beautiful new world with stars and flowers. And when I looked up at the sky in this cycle, I saw a shooting star and a dash of the remembrance's pink. I believed that must be the color of dawn. You shall fade when the flowers bloom. For every ending begets a beginning. Looks like it's time to say goodbye.
Are you leaving, Peach? It's okay. I'll wait for you to come back. I'll study really hard about what you taught me today.
Right. I still haven't told you what love is. But actually, my good friend, the lament factor did not understand what love was before she met you either. Not until I told you all the sad tales in a trembling voice in this tiny room. Not until I told you that I love them. That I love everything in this saga. The story comes, passes, then returns. It makes us reunite, then pulls us apart again. At the very end, it leaves behind a seed, a reason. Even if the great tree withers and all falls to silence, there are still some emotions that deserve to be remembered. Look, the light is coming in. The Deliverer's light is going to illuminate Amphorius.
I still don't get it. But I trust Peach. Just wait. It'll be my turn to tell you a story of love the next time we meet.
Then I'll really look forward to it. In that case, I want to make a promise. I want to gift my pen, my book, and my name to you. Please take them as a beautiful blessing from me. I gave myself the pen name Cyrene the first time I wrote a poem. I want my words to be like pebbles falling into a pond, dropped from the past to send ripples into the future. In the stories you will write, perhaps it'll be inevitable that there are still sorrows and tears that are destined to fall. But could you promise me one thing? Promise you'll forever be a gentle flower. Promise that when the stars cast their gazes upon you, you'll only reply to them with love and a smile.
Of course. This will be a romantic story like none that has come before.
You think so too,
Right?
I'll read and you'll listen, like how flowers always bloom then wither. I shall welcome my own decay, becoming nourishment for the next flower's bud. While you will depart and hold that final star, planting a boundless sea of flowers on the final page with her. And our stories will be lying silently among the flowers, like every ripple of remembrance. And they shall become the epic known as I've Written. And so my story ends. From here on, it's your story now.
Mimi? Mimi? Ma'am? Me? Ma'am. Mimi. Mimi? Ma'am. 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 Mimi. Ma'am.
So, the light that tore through the chaos illuminated my memories. I turned into a little fairy from the stories and met you, yet I forgot everything. But I'm still so happy. I caught that star, didn't I? Yes, the seed within memories, the one Cyrene held in her hands and watered with lament. I am the first new spore, Amphorius's heart, the Demiurge. What a long name. And it doesn't even sound cute, the total opposite of Mem. I'm sorry, I don't know. If I don't even want to believe in the answer, then how am I supposed to answer you? But now's not the time to cry, right? We'll find the answer, just like how miracles will eventually happen. Do you remember that I was also worried about this when we first set out? Mem's memories and Cyrene's memories got all tangled up with each other in my one heart. It's all so strange, yet so familiar. Either way, could you please let me do something I want? Just this once. I want you to call me Cyrene. That name represents me and her. Every one of her. Thank you, friend. Your kindness is always just right. Life is a poem full of farewells. But if you write something into the pages of your heart, then that will not easily fade away. Now, all the footsteps of the Flame Chasers and the Trailblaze have come together within this book, as I've written, becoming the source of power for Amphorius's heart. A lost heart needs to be placed back into its body. The last thing Xandar wants to see is an event that gives us a chance of winning, for the two halves to rejoin, and for the scepter to become complete again. then... And what happens after that? I don't know either. Maybe I can create a miracle and instantly turn the black tide into a pink sea of stars. Or maybe I prove to be nothing more than a weak ripple, unable to change anything, and am devoured by the destruction. Either way, I no longer wish to be a silent onlooker or a worshipped god at the end of this saga. That way, I can also put aside all my worries and truly become Cyrene. The world has never been so quiet. It's so good. It's as if I can hear the sound of my heart beating. Remember this moment, friend. What a poignant yet warm journey. And it's still not over yet, is it? We finally meet. To meet the hero within, in a corner of memories at the saga's epilogue. And under such a romantic sky, I really don't have any more regrets. On top of that, the little seed had grown into such a big tree. Don't I look really pretty right now? Of course you do. Cheerful, beautiful, optimistic. Just how I imagined I'd look as a grown-up. It's because everyone has been gently adding to the story you left behind. Remember how we made a promise to one another? When we met again, it'd be my turn to tell you a story.
About love, no? I've been looking forward to that.
Then you must also remember the first story I wrote for you. The one about the crystal flower and the little fairy. So now, I want to add something more to this story and us. On that day that the flower shattered, gazing at the empty ground, I thought the little fairy would finally see the light. But that light wouldn't be found in the flawless flower, nor in the fairy's eyes. Rather, in the world mirrored within every fragment of the shattered crystal. All the Flame Chasers walk in your 30 million retellings of their story. At this moment, all the memories are tangled with each other, and all the previous cycles have gained meaning. People will come to understand that time and time again, when they stood at the crossroads of fate, they would never have chosen otherwise. In the experiments of erudition, and in the breeding ground of destruction, it is entropy increasing, a merciless truth, an evil instinct. But under the pen of remembrance and the trailblaze, flame chase is a journey that changes from constant losses to an unwavering act of release. It's about knowing how fate is shattered, yet still embracing fate's brokenness. It's a journey that longs to receive love, but longs even more to offer its love to others.
That's so heartwarming. But I'll add a small bit to suit my tastes. I'll write that love is an innocent flower. It grows up silently, creating longing in every passerby. But the flower itself cannot walk into the world.
Unless someone plants that love into their heart and brings it with them into tomorrow, right?
You really have learned everything now. Then, join all the other flowers in this story. And let's write an ending unlike any before, for this world we so deeply love.
Why did you set out? Why do you trailblaze?
Who is it? Don't be afraid. Take my hand if you feel nervous. Honestly, I've always thought you were really incredible. After all, no god guided the path of the Trailblaze. It could only be forged by those who dare to take their steps one at a time. So, that's why I'm asking you. Step up as a senior and show everyone in Amphorius how it's done.
I trailblaze because my own eyes have not seen the end.
But I'm different. I chose to trailblaze because I am already on this road.
The end of chaos is a mass of pure darkness, pure destruction. However, Amphorius' light has 13 different colors. We won't lose to that darkness, will we? Then, take a deep breath, one last time, friend. After 13 heartbeats, light will create the heavens and earth. Are you ready, friend?
Seek the 13 factors of life and let them converge into the primordial chaos. Using the remembrance of the past, we will trailblaze tomorrow's destiny. Infusing a world-bearing love into destruction. And inscribe the opening stroke of Genesis.
If the view in your memory ever grows fuzzy, just reach out and touch it. Then, restore its power to nourish the spirit. My friend, on the next page we write together, there's only one thing we need to do. Let's give this long, painful, nearly hopeless tale a truly gentle ending.
The flame chase was never about destruction. It was about breaking free and trailblazing!
And let that bright future be as we've written. I have made my decision, Madame Herta.
I thought you would need more time to think it through.
The answer is clear, is it not? Still, I do need a little time to quiet the sorrow in my heart. Her kindness is always just right for the moment. I believe she will forgive me.
I will say no more. I would rather not break the mood. But may I ask you one last thing?
Of course.
Why?
I once heard a saying that went something like this. Divinity is flawless humanity, and humanity is flawed divinity. We children of Amphorius gave up on gods long ago. Those beings who love to play pranks on the universe. I believe in her much more than I believe in them. And I believe in who I am. As a human.
That really is a comforting answer.
As for the one wish I still have trouble letting go of. One will remain in the past. One will walk toward the future. I believe that the one I cared for most will witness on behalf of the ripples of past reverie. Every starlit tomorrow. Moving backwards through remembrance. What a curious feeling. Is this the moment Iron Tomb declares victory and casts the destruction upon the stars? So back then, in the path space, it was I who found me. The gods' whispers were nothing more than a girl talking to herself. Now that I remember, what I heard back then was wanted to say was, don't give up. She will find you. Memory truly is amazing. Then let me wield this power and plant the seed of causality for the miracle that is destined to bloom. Even so, must we walk all the way to the very beginning of memory? It's such a long road. A bit lonely to walk alone.
Then, would it be alright if I came with you?
As long as it's Peach, even 30 million wouldn't be too many.
One is enough. Take a deep breath, and then we can set off, alright? Follow the ripples of remembrance into the past. Reconnect every moment in which the gods made themselves known.
Clearly, cause leads to effect. But now, the future gives new meaning to the past. Effect flows backward and nourishes cause.
Maybe that is what makes memory so beautiful. So, let us return the way we came. Look back at every ripple that formed. Go back home.
No! How is this possible? Breathe! Breathe! Partner! No. I have to get you out of here first! Just hold on!
Remember? That pale dawn breaking through the endless night? The spear of strife nearly claimed her life. And it was you, playing God, who cradled her body with your gentle gaze. Then, before Orynyx's altar, even the Titan of Time mistook you for someone else.
I never imagined there was a hidden truth behind our first meeting. The first time was also the last time I saw you, friend.
Ma'am. That melody from the memory. I've got it now. And so, the miracle was able to slip away from death temporarily.
I'll leave her to the casteress of the past. She will keep her here, in the world of the living.
Darn it! What are these things? Not before I find a way to help her and Don Hung. If you've got a bone to pick, take it up with my six-phased ice.
March wandered all across Amphorius for 97 days straight, chasing one goal: to save her friends. And with her bow and arrows, she brought down every obstacle that stood in her way. So that's how it happened. My skill with the bow. I owe it all to March. What a sweet note. I've got it now. And so, in a memory from the past, you inherited March's mastery of the bow. And that arrow bearing golden flames will streak across the stars in the future, becoming a glimmer of hope for the cosmos. Are you okay? No worries. I'm just a little tired from all the walking.
You really need to work out more.
3 paths interweave and fetter Amphorius, co-authoring the fate of the world. Ordinary pathstriders aren't known to leave traces in the mirror, so if what you said is true, then this isolated star system must be home to at least 3 beings comparable to emanators.
I would even go as far as to say, eons themselves.
To gain the favor of the stars for Amphorius, the Remembrance sent a call for help to the cosmos. But the obstruction from the scepter was far too strong. Even the gods could do nothing more than send a fleeting mimetic being to someone who walked the same path.
Thankfully, Miss Black Swan caught that fleeting moment. Though that signal drew some unpleasant attention as well. Looking back now, it was all worth it. The cosmos showed us a kinder face.
Thankfully, she has a different understanding of the Remembrance. Miss Evernight once said that the Remembrance wasn't looking after Amphorius, but rather scheming and preparing to devour the paths. Her deduction was perfectly logical, but she failed to account for what the humans in this story could achieve.
Maybe I have a scheme of my own. A scheme that will bring happiness to everyone. Please keep helping them. And the others in the future too, Miss Black Swan.
Looking back on the past really does wear down the mind.
And wears out the body too. You need to hold tight to this ceremonial blade. After I'm gone, it will take you back to the beginning of time. The start of a new story.
believe that in that story, or in countless stories, each alike yet unique, everyone, all the companions who sacrificed themselves, alongside the deliverer we once dreamed of as children, will reunite beneath a vast, endless sky.
If we can never break free from this prison, I will stand my ground. Until the day someone shatters this endless cycle and writes the final chapter of Amphorius' fate.
In the blink of an eye, we have returned to the turning point of fate. With nothing but a fragile sliver of hope, we embraced 30 million cycles of futility and began the eternal recurrence. I still remember the first time I saw the god appear in a dream, looking at me from behind a thin veil of crystal. Back then, I wondered if they might be someone with ill intent. But now, I finally understand. She was always standing beside me, and she is so very beautiful. Causality really is a force that cannot be stopped. Even if I wanted to leave a few more words for Cyrene, it seems I no longer can. After all, you still have to leave behind your final consciousness and plant the very first seed. I remember what you once said. When a god sheds a tear, the thing reflected in the ripples must be the most beautiful thing in the world. But do you know what Amphorius saw when its heart was born? The first thing it saw was a name. 0, 9, 3. Looks like you figured it out. Sometimes, all it takes is a change in perspective to reveal something truly unexpected. Don't you agree? That's right. Turn these numbers upside down, and you'll see a beautiful eternity. Something we believe in. The ego. Looks like time's running out. Turn over this eternal page. I want to protect everyone in the village. But can I really do that with the strength I have? I shouldn't think too much. Better finish the farm work Dad left me first. The hero within has been by our side since we were little. Finan has always been strong, but without that faint glimmer of hope lingering in his mind, would the weight of fate and endless recurrence finally break him? If only someone could place even a sliver of hope inside his heart, he would hold on and keep going. Yes, just a single spark. And he would guard that fragile light until it turned into a blazing sun. I no longer have the strength to make the hero within look like her. So, let me leave behind a prophecy for him.
this wish with you. Be the hero who begins the mission of deliverance. As prophecy foretold, you will bear the blazing sun until the pale dawn breaks. Continue onward, bearing this world upon your shoulders until the Ashen Hero, the nameless deliverer, ushers in the dawn.
Now, your eyes have seen through all of Amphorius, from the end back to the beginning.
Looks like time's running out.
The first ripple was where it all began for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I thought they were just musical notes scattered aimlessly throughout memory. But they had already become part of this world. No matter how Amphorius came to be, right now it feels so gentle. As I return to where I came from, it wants to play for me once more that melody from when we first met. A simple but beautiful melody.
Behind this door, I can smell it. The scent of wheat fields.
You're clever. I bet you figured it out long ago, didn't you? The end of this journey back. The final gap in Amphorius. It leads to the place we both call home.
We can finally go home.
Are you ready? If you leave memory at the very beginning of the story and cast the first stone, that final gap in Amphorius will close. The causal loop of Amphorius will become a fixed point in the stars.
And if I don't do that,
then this world and the cosmos beyond the sky might still fall into the destruction.
There's no way we would let something like that happen, right?
Exactly.
I remember that tree in Ide Silicii. It grew all alone, unable to go anywhere. It watched the sea in silence, dreaming of a faraway shore it could never reach. But now, the tiny boat sets sail. It carries a seed of hope, plucked from the tree, and heads into the great beyond. Even if the boat's shadow fades quickly from sight, the tree knows that its wish will bloom on the other side of the sea. In that moment, it must feel happiness, right?
The way you brought it up, now I kind of miss that tree too. Come on, let's go home together. Take it with us, back to the sacrament courtyard. Let it become remembrance's anchor, tying together the times we knew so well. final note. Right. It's been with me all this time. This is Do. It is also the first note. The one from the first time we met. And the one that stayed to the very end. Heidi Silicii, the place where it all began. It's like time itself has stopped. And the breeze and the sound of the waves never seem to rest. We've made it. The Sacrament Courtyard. This is the place where we first picked up the ceremonial blade. And where we first began writing journals. Now, the journey through memory has reached its end. Once the anchor is placed, what awaits us is 30 million lifetimes of reunion. Moving again and again. Endless farewells. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. And with them, endless encounters. Ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Such a happy scale. Whether it's for Cyrene, the Deliverer, or every sprouting branch of Amphorius, I leave this tale of love here. May the river of time flow backward, bringing scenes of the future before our gaze. In the eternal land that no one remembers. The legend of the Trailblaze is about to begin. Is it all over now? My mind and my memories. It seems they're beginning to fade. The breeze is warm. But my body is shivering for some reason. If you're feeling cold, let's find somewhere warm. We can rest there, together. Somewhere warm. I know just the spot. 405. 504. 093. 365. 432. Treepy House. Cyrene. March 7th. Dunhown. Electra. Hyacinthia. Caslana. Anaxagoras. Aglaya. Midemos. Castoris. Cyphera. Cyrene.
already as we've written.
Gaze that looks back on the world. How fortunate we are. In this cycle of cause and effect, humanity never looks to the gods for guidance. The ones who pick up the pen and write miracles again and again are always ourselves.
Awake? Peach, where are you? Are you still here? I shrank. So that's how it works. When memory drifts away with the breeze, love leaves behind a seed and turns into lament. Demiurge, Cyrene, Mem. Back again to the first Philia 093. I always do have my charm. The final ripple nourished the great tree. And from it grew a single pink peach.
We've been playing for so long, and you still haven't told me your name! I've told you so many times already. You're just forgetful. My name is Livia. Livia. If you forget again, I won't tell you next time. Livia. Got it. Then you have to remember mine, too. I'm Piso. I always remember.
So, Cyrene was just a pen name after all. So sleepy. That drowsy little fairy barged into my mind again. The last of my memories are slipping away. I wonder what this world will look like when I wake up again. I remember a cry and my name, daughter of Lady Celestia. Never mind. The same seed, when planted in different soils, blooms into flowers that are alike, yet never the same. But what truly makes her beautiful is each and every soul in the world. No matter what form liking takes, it is still precious love, and I will accept it gratefully and return it with joy.
Do you remember my favorite story? That crystal flower was so beautiful because it reflected the eyes of the little fairy. The stars across the cosmos will know I am the fairy who wrote as I've written, together with you. And in your heart, I know I will always be given the name I love most. The one you gave me. After all, we've always been in sync.
Hey, don't rush!
Slow down. Let the words settle. We have plenty of time.
In Amphorius's month of mourning, all conflicts across the land come to rest. On the 11th day and night of the month of mourning, the dead will part, the living will embrace, the snow will fall, and bonfires will rise to warm every heart aching with lament. It may sound heavy, right? But on this day, laughter always rises louder than tears. Because people understand that parting is for the next reunion, and sorrow is so we may love more deeply. That is why this day is her favorite of the year. Under the same sky, across 8 phases of the moon, 13 heroes composed an epic together. 1 plus 8 plus 13 equals 2 11s.
Would it feel more fitting if the rest were written in Miss Cyrene's voice?
Agreed.
Then, we'll add 1. A 1 like none that has come before. A 1 that blazes new trails. I make this wish. On the 12th day of the 11th month, 13 heroes will take every core flame ignited across 30 million lifetimes and scatter them among the stars. Later, when the people who know this story gaze upon the cosmos, they will discover that the countless stars in the sky now glow pink. And after 13 seconds, that radiant light will quietly fade away. It will be such a romantic, yet puzzling sight. But that's all right. They will keep that mystery close to their hearts, constantly pondering what the ego truly is. They will love. They will get hurt. They will rage. And in 30 million moments of helplessness, they will stitch their shattered hearts back together, again and again. But remember this well. Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey. There may be pain along the way, but you and I will never be alone. They will come to understand what it means to lose, and in the end, they will choose to let go. They will offer their hearts to this world, to every companion they walk beside. And they will take in the hearts of others and pass them onward. For every soul that exists in this world, there is a different ego, a different prime mover of life. There will never be just one answer, not even for love. But when people gaze into the night sky, and love what is fading with the same resolve they have to praise the stars. I want that soft, gentle pink in the sky to tell them love will always be answered. This is a story about love, and a story about how to answer it. Whether it is one we have already written, or one you are yet to write, it will be a romantic story, like none that has come before. You think so too, right?
And a romantic story deserves an ending that is free and complete. When every clue and thread has found its end, and the weight of the pen is no longer constrained. Pour the spirit of trailblazing into it, and end this tale with the most pure and romantic period.
Light, sky, sea, stars, seeds, flowers, birds, hope, and love. Such words of beauty were how I first imagined the world. For as long as I can remember, I've used them to tell the stories of Amphorius. And now, this is the last one. A story about tomorrow. Dedicated to you.
Once upon a time, morning glow, scattered light, shone on you and I. Fading poems, frozen rhymes, or traces on the breeze, whispers of past reverie. Please let me linger for now, enveloped in your sound. Love on the pages, the ink our stories penned. No matter how it ends, I'll do it all again. Oh, stay true, blossom as spring renews, dreaming colors every hue. Tomorrow's eyes to tomorrow's life, while walking step beside you. So stay true, the winter's rhyme anew, woven memories are blue. And like a melody, sing a song of reverie.
switch. It's no longer working. Looks like it's just the two of us out here now. Let's find someplace safe to set up a base of operations first. This statue and the buildings we've seen so far point to a civilization here on Amphorius. We can only hope that they're not hostile toward outsiders.
I've reunited with you so many times, and every time feels like the first time we met. Each time, love breaks through the stubborn cycles and takes flight toward a pink tomorrow.